Hello everyone. A notion came to me today, an idea for a card, and I thought I would have a go. It's all, again, started from clearing up my cutting table. I found several sheets of, vellum that had been cut. This is Anne-Marie Designs. I buy a pack. I don't know if they call it actually vellum or what, but it's a lovely weight. Like it very much. What I thought I wanted to do, and I don't know if it's going to work out, is a square card. There's my base. A much smaller panel than I would normally do. And then a strip of vellum going down it. Haven't done this yet, but there's a strip of vellum, which I thought I would put kind of somehow like that. But I wanted to emboss that vellum, and I had a fancy for doing it with a script embossing folder. This one is a Cuttlebug. It doesn't actually say anything, I don't think. Maybe you can read a few words. But then I saw this one with numbers on, and I thought that might be quite nice too. Both old Cuttlebug folders. I don't suppose they're still available anymore. I don't even know if Cuttlebugs are made anymore. But I had 2 Cuttlebug machines, loved them. In fact, I still have them. I keep my first one, which the handle went kind of, the plastic bit kept coming off. I keep that one for squishing flowers to make backgrounds from fresh flowers. And I've got another one which I keep in the cupboard. I just love Cuttlebugs. They were my first, my first entry into die cutting. So that is actually, by the way. But this is, I'll carry on with my thoughts. This piece of torn vellum, and on the top, I thought I would like to try again with vellum, stamping with this set and embossing with white embossing powder. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I thought I would just share with you to start with how I went about actually tearing this vellum. The last time I was with Indigo Blue, I think it was when I was there, or I may have bought them since, I don't know, was a set of tearing rulers. I thought there were 3, perhaps there's only 2. Anyway, what you do, you hold this against the paper and rip. However, vellum is quite tough to rip, and I started near the edge, this far from the edge, and can you see, I couldn't pull a whole strip. It kept coming into pieces. That's what happened here. You see, that's why it's a little bit more jiggity-jaggedy. When I came to do the other side, it was much easier because I had a large piece to pull on. One thing, you may wonder why I've got this scoring board here, and the reason I got it out was because I wanted to get this piece fairly parallel. So but not as wide as this ruler. So I thought, if I do this a bit, how will I know if it's parallel? So what I did was to put this up against one of these scoring lines here, like that, to put my ruler over the top and line that up with one of these scoring lines, and then just tear. So you get a fairly parallel piece of vellum. Anyway, I hope I've left enough here. I just made a small one because I want to be able to stamp on this bit to do the design. You may notice I've got some dies here. These arrived yesterday. These are some new sentiment dies from Alexandra Renke that I got from Meissa Print. Okay, that hopefully will come in presently. Let's just have a look. In here, I've got the dies and the die and the stamps. So I thought what I would do is to have the outline one done and then overstamp with this other one and do it all in white. So let's have a go. Here's a big old stamp, that should do. Obviously, you could do these in your stamp platform, but we'll just see how we go. A little anti-static, just to start. Some Versamark. And we will go away. This is Sizzix and 49 Market. This is, I've got several of these things, this new collaboration between those two companies, and this is my favourite of all of them. Just got some more, but I really, really love them. Okay, let's just do the outline. And we will emboss that. This is Wow Opaque Bright White Regular Embossing Powder. So let's just see. Wow say that their embossing powder is best kept in their jars rather than put. I've got some clear embossing powder in a big tub because I use kind of such a lot of it. But Wow say that their embossing powder is best kept in the jar because there's some anti-static qualities about the pot for some reason. I don't know quite what that's all about. But, okay, here's my embossing. I'm going to do this very gently because I don't really want the vellum to warp. So I'm going to put it on a low heat and take my time with it. There we go. I really rather like the broken line of this. It's just the distress element of it, I think, is lovely. Right, let's put the other one on now, and we'll have. I want to do this in white as well, because this card is going to be kind of a different white on white from my usual white on white cards. Where does this go? They don't stick, the stamps don't stick incredibly well to these carrier sheets. Just had to go fishing around in the bottom of the box to find, and the other one, this one leaf, it had fallen off. I've just ordered some Ziploc type bags to keep them in. Now that's curling up a little bit, so what I'm going to do is just hold it down. I'll just put it. I'm going to be die cutting this, so it doesn't matter that it's, you know, on the paper itself, just to hold it down. Okay, now I'm going to ink up this one. Just thinking to myself as I'm doing this, maybe I should have tried a gold or something for the outline, but never mind, we will carry on. Right, let's see if we can get this in some semblance of alignment. This is the kind of stamp that actually doesn't really matter so much if you are a bit over. It's that kind of random feel. Right. Okay, let's try this one. See what happens with the white embossing powder on this one. That's not bad. I'm thinking that in future, maybe, well, there's a bit there not melted. In future, I may do the background colouring first and then put the veining on the top, so it is a little bit, you know, a bit more prominent, but it's not bad. I'm just going to heat this a little bit here. Okay, now then, just wondering about the die cutting. This is the die for it. Just must wait until it's absolutely set. I don't want to smudge the embossing by trying to die cut it while it's still slightly molten. I don't think that would be a very good notion at all. So let's just see. Is it quite cool? Yeah, I think so. Right. I'll use some tape for this. Right, there's my leaves. So this is where I'm thinking of going. Let's emboss this piece of vellum with this embossing folder. I did just rip across the top because trying to get it into here, I can't get it any higher than that unless I cut my embossing folder apart or cut a line through it, which I have done before now, and then glued them back up together again. But I think I'll just try it like this for now. So my embossing sandwich is to take out that base plate and find my embossing plate, and let's try it. I don't know if that was quite sufficient pressure. I think it'll be okay. Yes, I think that's okay. Sometimes I add a few shims just to make sure it gets a good squish. All right, now this I want to go onto there. So I'd need to tear this bit here around there somewhere, around about that line. I'll make it a bit wayward. There we go. So that could go on there like that. This could go on there like that. And then I thought we would have something a bit... I've got two sets here. The two sets are this one, which is with love and love you. So we've got two U's, a script one and a print one. Two loves, a print one and a script one, and one script with. This one is happy birthday, and likewise there's a script and a print of each of the words. So what are we going to put on here? I think because of the size we might have to put the with love, don't you? Where's my with? Here it is. Let's try that. And I think I'm going to use not vellum for this, but just plain old card. Where's a bit? Here's a bit. Get my mat back in. And I may well cut them out twice just to give a bit more definition. So let's just see how we go here. There's the love. Isn't that gorgeous? Out you come. There we are. Get my pokey tool to prise off the with. There we go. This is nice. The tittle for the eye is attached, so you don't have to go around looking for it. Let's do another couple of those so we can stack them together. There's the love. My die fell on the floor, must remember to pick that up. And here's the with. Then I think we're kind of not very far away. Let's just see. I will pick that die up while I'm kind of thinking about it. I've got a long-handled magnet thing here. There we go. Picked it up. It has a light on the end. And it's got little grabbers too. Saves the old back. Right. Let's stick these. I was going to clear up, wasn't I? Let's do that. Yeah, these are from Indigo Blue. If you find you don't like tearing very much, put those over there. See, these are flopping off. They just don't stick to the carrier sheet. So do take care and don't lose odd stamps from these sets unless you keep them in a packet of some description. Okay, right. Now, because I'm going to be sticking other things on top, I'm going to just try a little glue on this. As I said, there wasn't much space to have where's my folder gone? Here it is. There's not much space above here to have a piece so that you could fold it over behind to glue. What you can do is, for something like a strip like this, is just get your craft knife and cut through here so that you could have poked it through. And then you would have had a piece. Oh, well, let's just do it with another one just to show you. This, you see, is longer than that. So we could have a piece going through it. Let me just do this. I'll show you what I mean. Here's a craft knife. Okay. Simply cut through there like that. And then you can pop your piece of paper, card, whatever it is, through like this. So you can have a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom. All right. Then emboss it. And then you can have a bit at the top which you fold over like this. And a bit at the bottom. It's always better if you score it, actually. There we go. Do you see? And then that can be glued on the back and there'll be no trace of adhesive showing through onto the front. I'm going to try it with this, just with a bit of adhesive, and just see what happens. But if you don't want any adhesive at all, that's something that you can do. Before now, I've cut the whole thing apart so I can get the piece of paper exactly where I want it on the embossing folder, and then just taped it back up again afterwards to use as a piece like this. Be surprised what you can do with an embossing folder. Anyway, let me just see what that looks like. Just wondering if the narrow one would actually look better, coming to think of it, with the size of the sentiment. Let's just have a look. There's the love. Perhaps I will use the narrower one. Okay, didn't think I was going to, but perhaps I will. Alrighty. Let's put some tape runner on the back. There we go. I can glue this, and I don't think much of it would show anyway because of all the embossing on the front anyway. So I will do it. I will just glue all over the back of this one, and we'll stick this down. I may have to keep a block on it or something just to ensure it stays down while the glue goes off. while that's going off, I'm just going to glue these together. Right. A lot of people have asked me about this clip on my Barely Art glue. This clip was made by the husband of a crafter friend of mine in New York State. He's called Dale, and he made it on his 3D printer. He also made this glue stand for me so that I can stand my glue that way up so that the glue is always at the nozzle. He would be willing to make one for anybody in the continental US. And anybody needing it, I can send, if they message me, I can let you have his email address. But he's not really prepared to ship internationally. However, very kindly, he has said that he is willing to share the files with anyone who happens to have a 3D printer so that they could print one for themselves. So that's a really, really kind offer from Dale. So anybody interested, just contact me, message me, and I will give you the relevant information, the relevant email address. Okay, let's stick these together. Love this font. Absolutely love it. Bit of a pun that was, wasn't it? Didn't realise. Cleo's birthday today. I have to tell you, I made her a card with a couple of guinea pigs on for her to colour in, because she's been looking after the class guinea pigs during holidays and things. And for her birthday present, she asked for this mama guinea pig toy. And it's a guinea pig. It's got a cage and like a hutch thing. And gosh, you take the guinea pig out of the cage. It has to have batteries in and stuff. And then you pet it and you kind of feed it with a little bit of celery, pretending. And it makes all these crunching noises and all this kind of stuff. And then after a while, if it's had enough petting and enough feeding, it's got this heart inside that lights up, and the hutch thing lights up, and you put the guinea pig in the hutch, close the doors, and you wait. And I'm not sure how long the wait is. I think you can vary the wait. But the next time you look in, if the heart has gone out, you go in to open the cage, and there's a baby, a baby one. Oh my goodness. Oh, we went through the birth about 3 times. There were 3 babies, a pink one, a blue one, and a yellow one. And Cleo was absolutely beside herself with this thing. But there you go, modern toys. My goodness me, what a difference from when we were kids. That's quite, isn't that nice? Let me stick this on. Oh dear, Mama Guinea Pig. Whatever next. I'll try and show you. I did say to her, when you've coloured in the card, perhaps you can get Mummy or Daddy to take a photograph of it, and I will show you. I'll show you the before and the after. What I did was to get a free, royalty-free download from the internet of a guinea pig, like a drawing, and I dropped it into Word, and then copied it, and then reversed it so that like one was facing one way and one was facing the other, and then put a speech bubble coming out of one saying, "I hope Cleo will colour us in." Silly, isn't it? She was thrilled with it, actually. I thought she might have thought it was a bit of a cop-out. I said to her, I couldn't remember the colours of the guinea pigs you were looking after, so I thought you'd be better at colouring in than me. And actually, her colouring in is fabulous. So precise. Look at that. I kind of like that, don't you? I'll put some foam tape on this. I think it calls for it. That dirty mark there was from a piece of mylar in my die cutting machine. I use it as a protector of my top plate very often, but sadly I used a piece that I had used for doing some paint mixing on, and I hadn't cleaned it properly, and it transferred to the die cut. So, being frugal, I turned it over and put it through the machine again so that the you know, the bias sort of thing on the edge would be in the right direction. And so that was the back, but now it's the front. That should be the right side, really. But can you see? Dirty marks. Honestly, I could have just thrown it and got another piece, really, couldn't I? But still, never mind. We did it. We got there. Just wondering whether this actually needs a bit of something else besides, but I think it's kind of all right, really. I was wondering about another layer of white behind this. Let's just have a look. I think it'll do. Opening the right way? No. Take care. Gosh, nearly forgot then. There we are. With love. A mix of a few manufacturers, which I love to do. I think I would find it kind of limiting to have to use just one manufacturer. A lot of these designers for companies do wonderful, wonderful jobs, but there's always something that I think, I've got something that I would really like to put with that. But there we go. Another white on white, a different kind of white on white for me, using a fair bit of vellum with my new Alexandra Renke Fsentiment dies. Wonderful, love it. So, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to hear when a new video is out. And have a lovely day.